Caroline Wozniacki from Reuters. How do you feel after your first game today?
I feel good. Having won my first match here, it's always tricky, and especially knowing it's my last tournament, there's a lot of, just emotions. But I tried to keep them in check, and I thought I did that very well today.
Has there been a particular moment that has struck you when you talk about the emotions walking out on the court? Any moment that has maybe surprised you?
I think I'm just really trying to enjoy every moment, and I don't know that there's one particular moment, but there's just once in a while you're like, wow, this really is my last one, and you never know. Hopefully, it's still 2 weeks from now, but every match you go out there, I'm just gonna give it everything that I have because, yeah, it could be the last.
Thoughts on, I guess, next possible opponents? Is either, I don't know if you know or if you want to not know if you're playing.
Yeah, I don't really know who my next opponents are.
Either Yastremska or Kaja Juvan from Slovenia. I don't know. You probably know Yastremska better, I'm guessing.
I've played Yastremska before. She plays very fast. She tries to take the ball early. I've never played the other girl before. I'm guessing they're playing later today. So I guess I'll have to just study up a little bit on both of them.
What were your feelings about the air quality today? And are you still, I mean, obviously it gets a bit better today. Are you still concerned regarding the weather, the air quality, and how do you inform yourself about it?
Well, I don't think I've been concerned, actually, because I know that the Australian Open have amazing doctors and they take great precaution. And I know that we only play to the air quality up to 200 on the index, where normally at the Olympics and other places it's been up to 300. So I know that they try and take the best care of the players, and I think we're going to be just fine. I think Australia is going through bigger problems, and I think being here and trying to help the best way that we can, and doing that with the Rally for Relief was amazing. And the tennis community got together, so I'm very proud of that. Other than that, I'm sure we're in the best hands.
Naomi shared some her memories about you a couple weeks ago, and she said you are kind of like a first top player for her to give her like a text message or something, and offered her to practice together. So do you remember about that?
I do, yes. Before, I don't even know what ranking Naomi was at this point. I know she came out of juniors, but I remember practicing with her and thinking she has a great serve. She has some great shots, and both her and her dad asked some questions, and we had a great practice session, and I knew that she could play very good tennis. And obviously, years later, here she is, and playing really great tennis.
Do you think just in general, I mean, you're you've been very open and outgoing to other players in the locker room, which some people have talked about not being the friendliest place before, but I'm curious, do you feel like you at all help to open things up and make it a friendlier place to live in there?
Well, I would hope so. I think in general, my generation, I think we had great friendships even from the juniors, and we're a big group coming up and playing on the tour at the same time. And I think, we have friendships that will carry on past the tennis, and I think that's great. I don't know how it was before me. All I know is that Serena obviously played way before me, and so did Venus, and they were both super nice to me and very open, and have always been there for me. So I've had a great experience with them. And then I hope that the younger generation will also be nice to each other, because it's just a sport, and we all try our best out here, and we all want to be the best that we can. But at the end of the day, there's a life outside of the court, and I think that's even more important.
You've been sort of the main carrier of Danish tennis for a long time. There's a bunch of Danish supporters who are here who pretty much only are here for you. Have you thought about sort of your impact on the country in tennis and what it might be like after you? There's sort of this era that you've put Denmark on the map in a big way.
Yeah, well, I hope that I can inspire a lot of young players to go for their dreams, and that anything is possible. We have 2 good juniors right now that have already made a mark, with both a boy and a girl. So hopefully they can carry on after me. I got to meet Helga, who finished #1 junior actually last week, and he was super nice, and he's playing really well, and I think he's a very hardworking person, so I see a bright future for him. And then we have the girl Clara, who won the junior girls here, who has had good results and who hits a very clean ball. So I hope that she can take the next step and play on the main tour and play well.
I think you're probably unique in terms of players who've hit #1, and that you didn't have anybody else from your country in the top 100 the whole time you were there, or been at the top of the sport. Like, you're sort of an island, I guess, that way. Did it ever feel lonely, or was it fun that way, or how do you reflect on sort of being the one?
I never really thought about it, to be honest, but I do think that having someone there before you would probably have been a little easier, because it would have showed the way and that it's possible. I always believed in myself, and I always believed that, there's no limits to what you can achieve, no matter where you're from or your skin color, your hair color, whatever it may be. But, I think showing a path and having someone before you that has already drawn the way, I think definitely is a big inspiration. And I had to take inspiration at some of the players that we did have, and then, move on and take inspiration from Steffi Graf or Martina Hingis or some of the other players that were playing at the time.
One more question. Speaking of being #1 Danish player, you would have a chance to represent your country this year, for Tokyo Olympics. So when you decided to retire, it didn't go through your mind to play until the Olympics?
Yeah, it definitely did. It was a big topic for me, and something that obviously has been such an amazing experience for me to play at the Olympics. And I think playing in the Tokyo Olympics would have been amazing. I wish that I could have played, doubles or mixed doubles. That would have made it even more desirable for me to go out there as well. But, I decided that I wanted to finish here, and who knows, maybe I'll show up at the Olympics and do something else, maybe, we'll see. Maybe I can be a part in another way.
You run the marathon.
I don't know if the Olympics and a marathon would be my way, but maybe a little bit more leisurely way. Thank you.